What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our SEC football channel. 2019 was not a good year for Arkansas, but you can't blame the schedule. The Razorbacks actually had one of the easier schedules in the SEC. They had no big non-conference matchup. Still managed to lose a couple of non-conference games. And then in the SEC, they didn't play Georgia. They didn't play Florida out of the East. So the schedule set up really well. That's why I predicted this team to make a bowl game in the preseason. But it didn't work out that way. I think they kind of lost this team about midways through the year. And the second half of the season, it was not good. So looking ahead to 2020, new head coach Felipe Franks comes in at quarterback. Are they going to make a big jump? Well, let's take a look at the schedule and see if that schedule is going to be favorable and maybe help them to get to a bowl game this year. All right, so they open up the year September 5th against Nevada. This should be an interesting game there. Nevada, not a powerhouse Group of 5 team, but they're not a team that you can just show up and beat. And we've seen Arkansas, again, lose to these Group of 5 teams. So I mean, we're going to find out what we get from this team, I think, in week 1. Are they going to finally get it together and be able to beat these types of teams? Week 2, it's not easy. September 12th on the road at Notre Dame. This will be a game that Arkansas will be pretty big underdogs in, most likely. Not only are you playing a top 10, top 15 type team, you're playing them on the road. That'll be a difficult game there. Then on September 19th, you go on the road to face Mississippi State, face Mike Leach and the Bulldogs, a team that we don't know what to expect, exactly what we're going to get from them. And that's the story, I think, for a lot of teams in the SEC this year, especially Arkansas, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, new head coaches. Missouri has a new head coach. You have Tennessee that got hot at the end of last year. Are they going to be able to keep that going? You have teams needing quarterbacks. LSU, what are they going to look like at quarterback? Alabama. Is it going to be Mac Jones? I mean, there's so many questions in the SEC this year. It's very tough to predict. The SEC's been pretty easy to predict in the last few years. Of course, I didn't expect LSU to do what they did, but I knew they had a chance to be really, really good. Anyways, that's a game that you really don't know about. Texas A&M in Arlington. A&M should be a better team, a much better team, but Arkansas has played them tough. Even when they've been bad, they played Texas A&M tough for whatever reason. We'll see if they can do that again and maybe actually pull off a win this time. They open up the month of October on October 3rd against Charleston Southern. Then on October 10th, they'll play Alabama at home. And how about the back-to-backs here? October 10th, October 17th, Alabama and LSU. Good news is you get them both at home, but those are going to be brutal games there. We'll see if Arkansas can compete in those. Then they get a bye week. You kind of probably would have rather had the bye week between Alabama and LSU. Instead, it's before playing Tennessee. Tennessee, maybe that's a game, though, that you could steal at home. It's not a game that I'd say Arkansas has no chance in. Tennessee, yeah, they finished the year hot last year, but they're not Alabama. They're not Georgia. Get a bye week, 2 weeks to prepare, playing at home. Maybe that's the game for Arkansas. Maybe that's the game they could get a win in and really springboard this program. We'll see. Going to be tough. I think they will be underdogs in that matchup. Then it's on the road at Auburn. Tough place to play on November 7th. Arkansas struggled against Auburn in recent years. They've struggled against everybody, though. November 14th against Ole Miss at home. Another game. You look at a couple of games that really could change the season. Tennessee at home. Ole Miss at home. Those are big games, I think, late in the year. If this Arkansas program is going to take that next step, they've got to win a couple of these types of games. Louisiana Monroe on November 21st. A pretty good Group of 5 team. If you lose the locker room again this year, if they've only won a couple of games to this point, that's a game they could trip up on, just like they had a late season loss last year against Western Kentucky. And then it's on the road at Missouri, November 28th. They've been playing on Friday. I don't know if that's going to move to Friday or not, but the official schedule does say the 28th on Saturday. It's a road game for them, but maybe a winnable game. You know, you're looking at the winnable games. Nevada, maybe winnable. Charleston Southern, or I should say should be winnable. Charleston Southern. Maybe Tennessee and Ole Miss at home. Louisiana, Missouri. I mean, you got to win all those games just to get to a bowl game. So it's going to be tough with this schedule. I think Arkansas might struggle to get to a bowl game this year. Maybe they find a way to get it done. We'll see how much they improve. But all in all, this schedule definitely tougher than last year's when you throw in a non-conference game against Notre Dame. And then in the SEC, it's basically the same thing that they had last year. But overall, pretty tough schedule in 2020 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Thank you for watching this video. If you're an SEC football fan, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below. And for the latest in SEC football, keep it right here.